Okay, let's do some photos. We've got lots to look at tonight, folks. Thanks to everybody for being here. We have about 200 people watching. Please hit the like button. That does help us. Really appreciate you all. Let's start with this guy. So this was announced since our last show, and I wanted to include it. Hopefully you guys can see it okay, but this is the 1/3 scale Talon. This has been confirmed that it is in production. So if you haven't seen that announcement, we were worried for basically a year here on the channel that it wasn't going to get made. But there you go. There's the base being made. Pretty cool, right, guys?
It's very cool. Only problem is it doesn't look like it's very far along.
I have heard, is that a macaw somewhere in the background? I can't tell.
Nope. That's probably me. It's bedtime. I'll be back.
No, you're all right. You're all right.
Jungle Book.
So anyway, I have heard that they've had a lot of factory issues where they've had to basically go back and restart over. And so I think that's what some of the delay is. And I think this was a product of that where they were not happy with the factory. So, but at least it's getting made.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, yeah. I should chime in on that real quick. I emailed Prime One this week about the katana piece, as I ordered that one. I think it was February of 2020.
Yep.
And there's been zero on it. They told me that they are in production with it, but still won't provide any sort of ETAs when it might be coming out. But they wrote me this little reassurance note and then did offer a full refund if I so choose to cancel at that point because it's been so long.
Nice. Prime One's done a really good job of, because I canceled my Talon, my regular Talon, and reordered the exclusive. But they said it was, you get your deposit back because of the delays. So if there's a delay right now, Prime One's been really good about fully refunding. So that's great news about Katana, though. That's great.
That's going to be a great piece.
And she's just not done very much. So that'll be a really, special piece, I think.
I think it will.
Congratulations, Matt, on getting her. Let's talk about this beauty here. So this was kind of teased out of the blue. Psylocke, premium format. I've already told the guys that I want to buy this and convert it to a Talia Al Ghul, which I absolutely might do, especially if there's a different swap out hand. We'll see. But what do you guys think of this one?
Beautiful. So one of the others, it's a Harbottle sculpt. So another sculptor confirmed that today.
Nice, of course. That's fantastic. Did you guys see that it's got the moon attached?
I love the piece, but that part concerns me because I wonder how that's going to hinder displaying it.
It's kind of like what they did with that Spider-Gwen.
It's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's a forced perspective.
It's a forced perspective thing. So it's definitely an artistic choice where it's got the buildings in the background. Yep. Which I think it's a cool look. But again, I just don't know, especially that moon. I just don't know if that's going to bother people or not. I really like the throwing stars. That are embedded in the wall there. We also have another image here. Again, just 3 photos released of her so far, but I think she looks great.
I do too, and I think that there are people on Statue Forum who are concerned about the base having the forced perspective, but I think the figure is so nice that that's just going to outweigh any concerns about the base. I
agree too. I know there's been concerns in the past about her portrait not looking, accurate enough, and I think the portrait's beautiful here.
I do too.
Yeah. And again, Harbottle is. Thank you for letting us know that, Jeff. He just does such a great job.
Mm-hmm. And I think you're right about the arm. I think there will be a switch out there.
I hope so. I can't tell if there's a seam, but that would be great. I would love to see another like a sword in her hand.
Yeah.
And again, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to convert her to Talia. We'll see.
It definitely looks like a seam, but it's hard to tell if it's just so it doesn't break in shipping or if there's going to be a swap out.
Right.
It does look like they've done that paint job where they add that pink paint, that glow effect on her arm.
Yeah.
And we can see it even on her leg here. So I can see them doing that because it's not a light up feature, but
there was another concern. Some folks expressed, and I'm not sure if it's just the lighting or not, but some people have noticed on the new Power Girl that I reviewed last week
Yes.
that the paint on her face is slightly different than the paint on her body. And some folks are seeing the same thing in these pictures of Psylocke.
Like the glow.
Yeah, or like there's more pink in the face or something.
But that could be makeup. You could say, you could argue and say it's makeup or something.
You could argue that, yeah, and it could just be the lighting that these.
I mean, here it looks pretty white.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe I can definitely see that concern. On Sideshow, though, a lot of times they will shine lights onto things or,
Right.
Make it look more dynamic.
But it is the case with Power Girl, and I didn't really notice it until after I'd done my review. And the portrait on Power Girl is lighter than most portraits from Sideshow, so I think it might be made of a different material.
Really?
So maybe that takes the paint differently than the polystone of the body or something.
Is it lighter weight?
It is. The
Interesting.
portrait is.
Really?
Yeah, it was noticeable.
Well,
It does make a difference, actually.
Mm-hmm.
that's very interesting. That'll be something interesting to watch with future pieces. Congratulations on your Power Girl, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I really like
beautiful.
it. Great.
Yeah, I love that classic portrait.
Yeah.
You're killing me with that piece, Jeff. I keep looking at your photo and review.
Yeah.
It's like so bad. I'm just like, oh, I can't.
There
That's
are
so
some
good.
there are some new photos on Facebook. I'm trying to remember who it is, and they're much better than mine. She just looks amazing. So don't look at that because
You did not have the option.
I already did. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm
Yeah,
reading
I think
Super
it's
Miguel's comment in the chat, and I agree, and I didn't want to say anything, but does this look like a little bit like Zendaya to you from like Spider-Man?
Maybe a little.
A little bit, right?
Maybe a little. I mean, I feel like the artists always have a little bit of an influence on, modern actresses. But I don't know if that looks like her that much to me. Anyway, I think it's a beautiful piece. I think it's awesome. This is from Darkside Collectible Studio. They were actually advertising. They're looking for artists. But I brought this to the attention because we had talked about this piece on the channel, but this is the first time we've seen this different swap out hand where she had her arms to the side in what they revealed. So kind of a new reveal today. And this still looks like a render to me, but we haven't heard anything new from them. So if you're an artist watching this, they're hiring. So Jeff, let me learn some ZBrush real quick. Speaking of Darkside Collectible Studio, this is their new Terminator that they just revealed. What do you guys think of the likeness here?
I wouldn't say it's 100%. I could tell who it is, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, the eyes are good.
Not bad. I mean, I think I do like it better with the sunglasses. But I think it looks like Arnold.
I think
well
it's
done.
better than other efforts we've seen recently.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jeff, you have your new Spock, and he turned out great.
He turned out way better than I expected. He's an incredible likeness. And there's a lot of discussion about this on Statue Forum. Some people think that the sculpt looks a little dated, like something that might have come out 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I personally don't really get that feel. Maybe it's just me. I think it looks good.
I think it's the hair. The hair is a little not as detailed as what we're used to seeing these days.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing is with them is that I think sometimes we're used to seeing so much texture these days that if we see something again, this does look a little bit maybe like a 5 or 6 year old Sideshow piece. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth, but I think that the likeness is fantastic. But again, we thought the same thing about that Spock when we saw the photos. Like we weren't all that impressed. And I know Jeff, you were worried about it until you got it in hand, and then it was fine.
Yeah, the skin texture is just insane on that piece. So I don't know. It goes up for pre-order on Friday. There's going to be 2 different versions of it, one with tons of goodies. I don't know what the pricing will be like. I'm curious about that. But the likeness, I think, is pretty strong.
So here you can see the differences of what you could possibly get. Again, we don't have price point yet. You want to take a stab at the price?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, their Picard with switch outs is $14.99, I think. So it could be high. I don't know.
I think it'll be higher.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And this is quarter scale, right?
This is 1/3.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1/3. That's what I meant. 1/3.
Yeah,
1/3.
and the Picard, to give them some credit, is the ES is only 150.
Wow. That's
So
super low.
yeah, so if they do a low ES on this, then maybe a higher price is justified.
Yeah, maybe so. This is another 3rd scale piece that's got some attention. And so this is going to be Dejah Thoris.
Hello.
Hello. We've seen some various body parts kind of teased. Obviously, the dimples here got some attention. But this is my favorite. Not this one, but this one's my favorite.
I don't know.
This is the super graphic representation from Eric B.
I drew that with my finger on the phone.
I think you did a great job. I think it looks great. But it kind of gives us an idea of what she might look like.
It looks like she's standing in a cup of coffee.
I had to throw that in there because I thought it was awesome. But
I had to do it after Jeff said she's holding a sword. I was like, all right, let me try to put it together and see what.
Yeah, I think you did a great job. I think you kind of nailed it. So
well, I think Jeff had the better idea to put the sword maybe straight up, but that makes it a really tall piece. So who knows?
super tall at 3rd
Could
scale.
be.
You can only imagine. I mean,
Mark Newman sculpt.
maybe it'll be both. You said Mark Newman?
Yep.
That's fantastic. So I would imagine she'll be revealed soon. Obviously, she goes along with their other 3rd scales that they've teased recently and are up for pre-order. But
They're on a roll.
I do like the portrait. Beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see it all painted up, please.
Yeah, I can't wait. So let's go into some of the pieces. We talked briefly about them. I want to talk about all the Prime 1 stuff here. So this was the Deathstroke Godslayer at the Next Level 4 event. What is your initial impression now that you've had some time to kind of look at it?
My initial impression, I was really impressed with the piece, but I didn't notice how large that sword was in the front.
Massive.
I don't know if that takes away from it or not.
Do you think it's possible they would add a swap out with regular weapons?
I would hope so.
Because I would consider this one. I really like it but I don't like these big swords because I just don't like that storyline. But if they would make, I mean, obviously it is the God Slayer. I think I keep calling it God Killer. God Slayer sword. But I do think it looks cool. And again, it's done by the same artist that did the last one. So I think that's really neat too. But anything you would buy, Matt?
I mean, I consider it, but I don't have the space for it. I'm not wowed enough to probably give it space.
Yeah. We also saw the Green Lantern. What did you guys think of this? I know we kind of were impressed overall.
I thought it looked great.
That piece is
We have
awesome
some
looking.
in-store photos as well. These are 3rd scale. Very beautiful dynamic.
And the two of them together was just insane.
Yeah, really, really good.
I actually really like they didn't try doing another construct.
Yeah.
All the other companies seem to be doing constructs, and I like them, but I think it's just kind of overkill now.
I agree. I think it's been overdone.
And they look so much better in the translucent resin. It really just makes the statue pop.
Really awesome. So again, there's Green Lantern. Then we also had Sinestro Corpse. You can see some of the different head swap outs there. I really like this one.
That was going to make a great display together.
Yeah, super cool. Again, super dynamic, and the colors really pop on them.
Was that like a popular pose for him? Because it's like pretty much the same as the Sideshow first premium format.
It must. I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, me either.
Here you can see the size of the other character. I don't know if he's going to be an add-on, like a proximity piece, but it sounds like, it looks like he'll be sold separately. But look at that.
I think so. Yeah.
The public was demanding it.
I guess so. He looks cool.
Looks like that thing from Stranger Things with the mouth.
Yeah, it does.
There's was it like a half dozen of the characters in the Sinestro Corps? Or more?
Wow,
So maybe we'll see more then.
So do you think you'll see more of them in that line? Just to kind of
It depends on how they sell.
There's hundreds or thousands in the
right.
core.
But I think these are definitely some of the biggest hits of the show. Really cool. Look at that.
It's creepy.
Awesome paintwork. The veins in their eyes. This will give you nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide your children.
Mm.
Yikes. It's going to give me nightmares. Speaking of nightmares, this is one that I'm still really excited about. I know I was talking with Dan, and he's kind of lost some interest on this one, but I'm still very interested in this one. This is the Joker in Batsuit. So basically he is, Jokerized a Batsuit, made it his own. But Eric, I know you've kind of talked about getting that Fabok Joker punchline. Yeah. Is this one that you would consider?
Probably not, but I love the colors on it. It's the same. It goes with like the punchline and that Jimenez Joker with those purples.
Oh, did I say Fabok? I'm sorry. I meant Jimenez.
Yeah, it's the same colors that which I love the combination of. So, if I went third skill, I would probably stay away from like the more oddball characters for a while. I would just go traditional, old school comic book characters. So.
How about Jeff or Matt? What do you guys think about this one?
I think it's a really fun piece.
They gave it like that. I'm looking at the cape, that almost like that Hush.
Yeah, it's got that same cross hatching.
Yeah.
There, like the Nightwing has. Hush. Would you add this one, Matt?
Probably not. I don't actually have a Joker right now, and I've been considering the Jimenez Joker on Throne. So I don't think I would buy both, though.
Great piece. I know Dan was something about the foot. It bothered him, the way his foot was posed.
Yeah.
I do think that that's intentional. I also think that it looks oversized because Joker is smaller than Batman. And I think that it's meant to be that way, where he's trying to fit in this suit, but he doesn't fit quite right. So I think it's kind of awesome art direction, and the foot placement doesn't bother me at all. It just makes him look, I don't know, he's maniacal, he's crazy. But I think this one's going to come home to the Batcave. I think I really like it a lot, and it's just something so different.
Now that you mentioned that, you reminded me of what I had something to say about the Dejah Thoris's feet. She has a weird foot pose too. She's like balancing herself on like two strange objects. I think people are distracted by her body. They're not noticing the actual feet.
What distraction? What are you talking about?
Go to just the feet of the.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry.
See. All right, so you got one foot almost on the floor, and they have one foot coming off of like a pillar, and that's okay. Like,
I don't know. I guess
we'll
have to wait and see.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it seems like everybody has problems with these like foot placements on statues.
Yeah, people are very particular about the foot placement. So anyway, I'm really excited about this one. This was the photo I think that kind of changed Dan's mind. This is a studio shot, and these are what impressed me. These are like more like real life, so these kind of show me the colors a little bit better. Whereas this one's kind of more muted, but I love it. I think it's awesome.
I'm enjoying to see some of the pieces that are not all black and gray.
Exactly. So they actually add some color. We also had the Bat Tank, and a lot of people had interest on this one. Here we have some in-hand photos, some store photos. And I think it looks really great. The thing that shocked me about it, though, was the size. Here you can see it next to the Joker that I have. Were you guys surprised it's a little smaller, or do you feel like that's the appropriate size?
What scale is this supposed to be?
I have no idea. It's not 1/10, I don't think.
I mean, look at Batman. Yeah.
Like a
I mean, look how
16
small Batman is. He's a little tiny.
It's like the size of Joker's shoelace.
And they might have done that for, you know, shipping purposes, or, you know,
Is there a price on it yet?
nothing yet. You know, it's got that great detail of the you know, the little guys. So
it's kind of cool that they've got one that's reasonably sized for people who love this sort of thing and always get priced out.
I agree. I mean, I can see where if you're collecting just Batmobiles and you want them all the same scale.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. I think it's, you know, this is obviously going to be a big, giant, heavy piece, even at this scale.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. I think it's cool they did it. I was just kind of surprised.
It is funny because their presentation for it was so epic.
Epic.
Yeah.
Smoke machine,
Giant tank.
and it turns out to be about the size of a loaf of bread.
It's tiny. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
That's still big.
the size, because next to Joker, the base overall is massive, but the piece just feels small next to Joker.
Yeah, it does. So it's still cool though.
I don't think I would have Batman on top of it though, because that just really looks weird.
Yeah, they got the little. I mean, but that's the way it was in the scene though.
I know, but just looks weird next to other statues, seeing like a giant
Yeah.
Joker and that little tiny Batman.
It's Ant-Man Batman. There's Batman right there. So sculpted nicely.
Yeah.
And I think this is the Batman versus Superman suit. And I think somebody said that maybe that's the wrong suit for this scene.
I believe so, yeah.
So that was something that people brought up, that the suit wasn't right. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I prefer that suit. That's my favorite suit. Let's talk about the Penguin. Oop. Let's not talk about the Penguin. Let's talk about the Penguin and the Batman. What do you guys, you know, you've had some time to look at it, think about it. What do you guys think about how this one turned out?
I love them both.
Yeah.
I think they're both fantastic. This is photos from in store. It obviously is going to have, you know, a real fur attached to it with the polystone. I love this swap out with him pointing the umbrella. I think that's maybe how I would have it. Obviously, there's kind of that more old school classic penguin portrait, whereas this one is the more modern.
Yeah.
Man.
I absolutely love the Penguin. As for Batman, I can do without him. I mean, it's not my favorite Batman statue.
What do you think of that portrait?
That's crazy.
Pretty cool. It's not DeVito 100%. It's kind of DeVito-esque.
There's a little in there.
Yeah, there's a little in there.
It reminds me of it.
For sure. Obviously, it has a, you know, kind of a nice flat base on the back, which is nice because it's not too deep. And that's obviously intentional to match up with the Batman himself. But look at that portrait. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love it.
So they're allowed to show the cigarette on that? No?
You guess so?
I just noticed that.
Guess so. Not in the Joker, apparently, but you can have the Penguin.
He's going to set his fur on fire. It's so close.
Yeah.
After waiting so long for a Penguin, does that one for you, Chris, disappoint, or are you excited? Feel it's worth the wait?
I love it. I think it's worth the wait. I mean, it's very similar to what we were teased. I mean, this is exactly what we were teased. I don't know what took so long. I think honestly, what I think took so long is the actual art itself has him pointing a gun. And I'm sure that they had a gun swap out. And so I don't know if they had to go back and rethink the way they were going to do things. Obviously, this is kind of like a gun, you know, meant to be a gun, like we have firepower in that umbrella. And so I don't know if this was, you know, they had to go back and change a few things, but I think it's great. I love the swap outs, and I really like the combination with Batman. I just think it looks fantastic. What about you? Is this something you'll buy, Matt?
I'm very strongly considering that Batman.
But not the Penguin.
Possibly not Penguin. My DC stuff tends just to be Batman and then the Three Sirens.
Okay.
So I kind of want to stick with it, though I've gone off a couple times. So I don't know if the Penguin would fit what I'm going for. I've been in this
really
constant
neat
battle with that.
Yeah.
He looks great.
He does look great.
Batman, I love.
Now, again, I have that Fabok with the giant cape still on pre-order. Do I get this one and that one and the Batman versus Joker?
This one's gonna be even taller, possibly.
It looks cool, but the only thing is you lose out on a lot of the figure because he's crouched down, and then the cape just covers everything. So it's a cool pose, though. But
Here's a photo of the two of them together, which again I just think looks great. Obviously, you have that Joker we were just talking about there, but I love the two of them together, and I can also see them separately. Some people have suggested maybe putting this Batman in front of the Joker on throne, so instead of punchline. So I think that could work out really well too.
Yeah.
But I would do just the Penguin, and I would go with the different Batman personally for myself.
I have decided I am getting both of these. How I display them, I'm not sure yet, but I think that all three of these right here will be mine in the cave. Look at this Devastator back here.
Yeah.
Look how massive he is. Look at the difference. Jeez. We'll get to him.
You can see all the other pieces at the end there too, is the Bat Tank and everything.
Yeah, so awesome. I love photos like that. And then this is another photo on display there with what he looks like. So again, I'm really excited about the Penguin. And again, look at that. It's just so cool. Looks really great. This is the Devastator. Again, just an insane looking piece. Again, this is on display at their shop. How much do you think this guy will be?
Over $2 grand.
You do have a seam here, which will bother some people on his neck, because it does. You can have this portrait, again, that portrait, or this portrait. So again, that seam is a little ugly.
There's a better way to hide that, maybe around like the jawline or something.
Yeah, or like down here, like they could have like made it keyed it here.
Yep.
So I am, and again, this is just a prototype, so it could change, but there's a natural line right here anyway, so maybe they could tweak that a little bit, because that seam line will not go over well. But it's a really cool looking piece. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Big piece. Just massive.
It kind of almost funny in the way that you were talking earlier, how they were saying about shipping of the big dioramas of 1/3, but then they released this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I mean that's what I mean. You just don't know. It could be lip service. It could be, reality. But again, I'm still glad they're releasing this. I mean, I don't see why they can't. If they're going to release this, why can't they do another 3rd scale Croc or a 3rd scale Clayface? Surely, don't you think a cool killer Croc would sell better than this thing? I don't know.
I think so.
I just don't know if they have the faith. But I mean, clearly, this is where their art direction, their passion is. They clearly love the metal line. But
do you think DC ever says, yes, you can do this character, but you have to do this one too?
It's very possible. And I mean, clearly, they're going to want to promote whatever's currently selling. Right? So it sure makes sense to me that they would do that. Like we'll throw you a bone and let you do this awesome Batman versus Joker diorama, but you also have to do 3 metal pieces.
Right.
Yeah, I 100% believe that happens.
Reminds me of like the restaurant franchises like that. You buy one franchise and they're like, all right, okay, you could open this spot, but then you have to open another 2-3 locations within 5 years.
Yep. This one is kind of goes with it, which I think looks cool. I think it looks awesome. I don't love the profile of this one. We talked about it on the show, like just how low it is. It's super tiny.
Yeah, it's a top shelf piece.
Yeah. Still looks cool though. Again, fabric cape.
See, I like that better than the Fabok, the other one on the tower type, whatever.
Really?
Just because I feel like you see more of his body and stuff. I just like the pose a little bit better. Not just going by the suit, just by like the pose and
it's so similar. Like it's really similar.
Yeah, it's close, very close.
It seems like the way they had the cape posed on the other one is just covering more.
And that might be
where the cape's pulled back.
That might be.
And it's fabric, so maybe change up the other one, I guess.
Yeah, and this one had that great swap out where he was transforming.
Where
it had those jagged arm edges, and like this portrait, I love this portrait.
Yeah, that's
crazy looking.
Kind of like turning to stone. It's really neat. So anyway, there's that one. We also got this one teased. This one, again, has been confirmed in quarter scale. Very awesome piece taken, basically directly from the art. The only difference is in the background, there's this big skull, and they basically just made it the base. But look at that.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. Even though I love my Batman Who Laughs from Sideshow and from Prime 1, I would still consider this one. Just because I think it's just really neat, really dynamic.
What do you think the price will be?
Expensive. I'm going to say $1,300.
I would think probably
More.
Maybe 14, maybe 15. I don't know. There are a couple different portraits. You see his mouth closed here, and then you also see it open here. So there's obviously going to be a couple different portraits. Mouth closed here on Batman, mouth open on Batman here. So I think we'll see a couple different ones. This was the Batman Dark Knight Detective. This is from that future state. A lot of people didn't like this one at first, but I think it's grown on some people. In the store, though, it looks tiny to me. I'm assuming this is third, but it didn't look third to me.
I thought they said quarter.
Okay, that makes sense to me because it just doesn't look very, very big in the store. But I do think it looks pretty cool.
That cowl reminds me so much of. Oh, sorry, Jeff. What'd you say, Jeff? Sorry, I cut you off.
The drone in the back, and I think there's one on the side. Just look the way they've got it posed there on the thing. It's really cool.
Yeah, the drone's coming around and flying around him. There's obviously going to be a couple different swap outs, I think. Really great detail. So again, I mean, I guess you consider this a diorama. We were talking about that earlier. It kind of is a diorama.
Yeah.
It's definitely full action scene.
Yeah. So, and that makes sense to me that it would be quarter. There's the other swap out head. And it looked like you could take his coat off. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. So like he's got the coat here, but then, I mean, it must just be his arm swap outs, but here you see him without the coat.
That's kind of neat options.
So yeah, I think that's cool. And again, this is a different portrait here too. So, and maybe even a light up feature. You can't quite tell, but anyway, it's a cool piece, don't you think?
Yeah.
So again, if you're a future state fan, you got a cool one coming. And that great art behind him. This was Hellbat. Again, this is nothing that wows me, but I know a few people were excited about it. Anybody interested in this one?
Not personally. Where does this come from?
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. But it's Hellbat.
Yeah, I was surprised to see how many like random suits he has that I've never seen before. He has like a whole arsenal of like suits he wears like one time and never ever again.
Those do nothing for me. I don't like all the different armors. So Matt, you were talking to me earlier today about this piece. This is the Cyberpunk Harley Quinn. This is done by Stanley Artgerm Lau. Obviously, the reaction's been kind of hit or miss, just because it's such a different take. But what did you want to share with us that you were telling me about earlier today?
Yeah, this I've seen a lot in the groups asking, what's the source material, and well, there's not necessarily an actual source, like it's not from a book or anything like that, but it's basically, from what I know, there was a lot of fan art done after the game Cyberpunk 2077, and tons and tons of people kept drawing Harley in that art style. They actually talked about the same makers who make Cyberpunk made The Witcher. In that game, they talk about characters going to this world. So a a lot of people will start doing that, and they made mods for the game and made a mod of putting Harley and the Joker as playable characters. So when you can create your character in the customization, there's tons of videos on YouTube. You just Google this, and you can find all sorts of stuff on it. People are trying to figure out how to make her, and then they made a mod for the PC where you can play as Joker or Harley.
That explains what I probably saw then, because I was trying to research it and I came across some YouTube video where she was like in a game and then like somebody made like a skin for her and they were like applying like the game skin to make her look like this.
Right. So essentially this is more of in a way it's more of a gaming piece, but it's a fan art inspired concept that people to start running with.
That's interesting.
I like it.
Yeah.
And in the game artwork, this honestly, in my opinion, it really fits in.
Well, it's definitely a different take. I mean, I could definitely see it not being everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
But, you know, if you're a fan of Harley and want something different, this is definitely something for you.
I like the robotic stuff on anything.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got the cyborg leg.
Biomechanical.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And obviously they said they're going to do more of these, so.
Right. And I wonder if they're going to do the Joker, since he was the other one people were really messing with.
Have they ever done a male art germ statue?
I don't think
they have they?
I can't think of one.
That might be a first.
Male art germ.
It'd be fun to see.
Yeah, it would be. Speaking of fun to see, this beautiful statue. This is one of the biggest hits of the show. This is, again, Stanley Art Germ Lau. This is Vampirella. What do you guys think?
Crazy.
This is your third scale Talia al Ghul.
Yeah, I'm considering making her Talia also. She's already got the bats flying out in the background. I just want to buy the statue. Like, it is so beautiful and well done. Is this coming home to the Sanctuary, Delaney?
No, too big and too expensive, and you know what? But that hair looks so breakable. Look at that hair.
Bootylicious.
I'd be terrified of that hair.
Breaking it, you mean?
Yeah, there's so many opportunities for breakage there.
But at least the bats look like they're attached. That's good.
That looks even worse then. So it looks even more delicate that the bats are on the actual hair.
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine trying to stick the bats on and you just snap the hair off.
They probably key into the ends of the hair.
I hope so.
Terrible though.
Hopefully they're easier, but
great piece.
It really is. And
He's
you know,
beautiful.
The reason why I think they'll work for a Talia conversion is because Talia always has that kind of that collar. You know, obviously I might have to paint her legs, like she's actually got clothing on or something. I don't know, but and that's the other thing is, like, would I even want to dare paint it because it's so beautiful? But
Right.
it's a beautiful statue. It's hard to resist this one. And again, beautiful artwork it's based on. Direct translation. Even her hair between her fingers we talked about. I don't know how they're going to do that. It's really neat. Beautiful piece. Look at that. Crazy. She'll be expensive.
Yep.
With that chair.
It's a great chair.
You're looking at the chair? What's wrong with
Cut
you?
it up, dude.
Yeah.
Spill some wine. You got to pay attention.
Look at the brads here on the chair. The detail there.
See?
Incredible. This is a piece that I haven't really heard just really anybody talking about. This was that George Jimenez piece, that battle suit. It does have kind of like the Justice League in a smaller scale. Have you guys heard any more buzz about this one? I just haven't heard anything.
No.
So it'll be interesting to see if they actually make this one or not, just based on feedback. And we don't know a scale either, but it'll be interesting to see. These are some of the Harry Potter reveals. I know just in our private chat, I know some of the guys weren't all that impressed with the likeness. What do you guys think seeing these again?
I'm not impressed with the likeness.
No.
To me, it just looks like a render. It doesn't even look like a statue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it probably is.
Yeah, so
that might make a difference. I definitely see him here. I think it's good. I just don't know what year it's supposed to be from.
I don't see him. Haircut is right, glasses are right, but I just don't see him in the face.
It's funny because I do see it there, but I definitely think it could be maybe tweaked or improved. I think now this is really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dobby, and this looks fantastic. Look at the detail, and it's just fantastic. And there's also I didn't get a picture of it, but there's also a Voldemort tease.
And
So,
that was really good.
yeah, it does look good.
What scale were those?
They haven't announced them, I don't think. I think they're quarter.
I'd be tempted just to pick up Dobby.
And a quarter Dobby wouldn't be very big either.
Well,
Did they say they were doing Oh, sorry. Did they say they were doing a Harry Potter bust, or was that a different company? I'm thinking.
That was Queen.
Oh, okay.
He even has real hair up top.
yeah, pick up Dobby and then pick up Tri-Eye from the Green Lantern statue. It's got a really funky statue.
We'll have a Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them collection with
Yeah,
all the
there you
weird
go.
creatures. Yeah.
Yep.
This was a Godzilla they teased, a massive PVC piece. And this one got some excitement. A lot of people were kind of excited about this one. Really big. So, I don't know if anybody has any opinions about this one.
It looks funny with the guy in the background. So
Yeah.
looks like
Big
it's about
piece.
to eat him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some force perspective for you.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you got all the buildings down here. This is a piece that had some controversy. This is the City Hunter Predator. And like I think all of this was like, wasn't it $6,000?
Wow.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ouch.
Which is crazy, right?
Yep.
Slow stock.
So I just don't. I mean, it looks great, but I just don't understand the price point.
It's listed as low stock on their site, or it's not already sold out now.
Crazy.
So what's
Maybe a
all the
low-
stuff to the left? Like some of them look like switch outs. What's all that going on to the left side? Is
I
that
thought I had more pictures, and maybe I just didn't have them in order. I thought I had some more pictures of
I think it's the trophies of the other kills the Predators
Yeah.
made previously.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is from the Predator 2
Yeah.
when Danny Glover goes inside the ship and you see, isn't that where they showed the alien head?
Yep.
Which is
Okay.
back,
Yeah. They're all trophies.
So I think it was the deluxe that was 6. I think there was a basic one that was like 3, wasn't there? Oh,
I'm not sure.
he's frozen.
There you go.
We are 1 hour and 42 minutes in. He made it pretty long this time.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
This is the
Or
longest.
maybe he's just really intently staring at this piece.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. You had an hour and 42 minutes in.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, no kidding. Sorry, guys. I had to freeze at least once. I was talking, then all of a sudden Jeff quit talking. I'm like, oh, I bet I'm frozen.
So I was just saying, I think there is a $3,000 version of this. I think $6,000 is the deluxe.
For everything.
There's a cheaper version.
Ooh, 3,000 cheaper.
It's a lot cheaper.
Jeez.
A basic Predator.
Gosh.
Yep,
That's scary to think that 3,000 is the cheap version.
I know.
Isn't that nuts?
We're in a different world.
We sure are. Bizarro land. This was another one on display at the store. This is Guts, right? I think Guts.
Yeah, from Berserk.
Yeah. So that one was on display. Look at this. Look at this base. Crazy. They also had some Transformers on display at the store, which is neat to actually see these again in kind of quote unquote real life. I'll just kind of cycle through these. A lot of great detail. I still like the original one better though.
Did the last one ship yet for the one who was in the sand with the cloak?
I think it's getting ready to ship, I think. I haven't seen any in hand, I don't think. So let's talk about this thing. So this is $11,000.
Wow.
I think you mean $11,500.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Plus shipping.
$11,500. This is 1/6 scale. What the hell am I missing?
Is there a $3,000 version of this one too?
No.
No. It's a fairly low ES, I think. But is what again, talking about Bizarro World, what am I missing here? Why is it $11,000 $500?
Because they're nuts.
I thought it came with the
Yeah.
chair he was sitting in the background.
It needs to come with this dude
Yeah.
The chair.
and
There are
the chair
some-
and the table.
There are some very devoted fans who were really looking forward to this piece and were willing to put out a bunch of money for it, who are angry about this price.
Wasn't the game creator or something? I saw like some article where the game creator was even like upset with the price.
I think that's
I
him.
think,
I,
I think
I
it's
saw
that
that
dude
too.
right there.
Yeah, I saw that too, that he was upset.
He's not getting one for free, I bet.
I bet not now.
He said he wanted 2 in the show.
I just don't. Do you think it's a licensing thing? Like, it's like, to me, it's like the most absurd thing I've ever heard.
I heard somewhere that Square Enix is the one who influenced the price on this.
Well, what
I
are
don't
they
know how
smoking?
truthful that is, or if that's just kind of a blame getting shoved over.
Yeah, what are they smoking and where do we get it?
What blows my mind is Final Fantasy VI is, people love the game, of course, and there's a dedicated fan base, but it's not the most popular Final Fantasy by far.
Do you like flip it upside down and it bleeds gold? Or again, I cannot figure this out for the life of me.
No one can.
Yeah, do you think they'll sell out?
Somehow.
Yeah, they'll
No
probably
idea.
Now,
make
those
one of them.
people are going to buy them, and prices will continue to go up.
Do you think they'll cancel it?
I mean, if they don't, I mean, that's the thing is like, how many do you expect to sell at 11 grand a pop?
I mean, if you sell one of them, that's I guess a pretty good profit, right?
It's a great profit.
Well, they said they were making 600, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they
Good
said they announced
Lord.
600 ES on this.
Somebody do the math. How much is that?
It was 7.5 million or something like that.
Needs
No,
to
it's more than
retire
that.
after this.
I think it was 7.5 million.
Gee, many Christmas. That's just nuts. Anyway, I wanted to talk about it because I didn't understand it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a great piece. Okay, here's the rest of those Predator pictures. I knew I had some. I just didn't have in order, but you can see how big these things are. They're
that's
really big.
massive. Holy cow.
Yeah. So I mean, there you can see it, the size of it. So I mean, that's why it's so expensive. But
So
Anyway,
it's like a truly 1/3 scale or 1/4.
that looks, I don't know, that looks 1/3 to me.
Yeah, I think they usually sell them as third, but they're, because they're predators, they're a lot bigger than what
They're
a
bigger,
normal
yeah.
third scale would be.
I mean, that looks massive. So anyway, sorry about that. I'm sorry I didn't have them in order for you guys, but there you can see again just how big it is, and that's
Yeah.
again that's
That looks
reflective
awesome.
of the price point. You're basically getting 2 or 3 other giant statues. So this I feel like this price is way more justified than that last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that $12,000 is like,
Asinine.
Well, were people expecting like 2 to 3 grand? Everybody was kind of expecting.
Yeah, I mean, but think of 3 grand for a 6 scale. That's still outlandish.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 3,000 would be a lot for a 3rd scale. This what we're looking at right here is the Mandalorian bust. This just came out today from Sideshow, and I think this looks great.
I do too. Looks really cool.
mhm.
That turned out really nice. Again, may the 4th be with everyone. They came out with a lot of different Star Wars looks today, and I think this one will be real popular. I think it's really great. It's got the weapon on the back.
And I think I read the head is adjustable. You can turn it or
Right there, Jeff.
Yep.
Yep, articulated head. So you can move it side to side,
Oh, that's cool.
close it how you want.
They haven't done that before, have they?
I think that somebody said they did it on the Boba Fett.
I believe, yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, I think this one will be real popular. Very cool. Looks great under some red light on it. Orange, yeah. Isn't it funny how different that looks to that? Like, it's crazy
Yeah.
how his armor's just reflective. Let's talk about this. I was hoping Dan would be here for this discussion. He's definitely had some things to say about this. This was up for pre-order today, basically. It sold out in minutes.
Oh, wow.
It sold out this one right here sold out in 2 hours. The Bruce Wayne sold out in minutes. I'm assuming mostly to retailers. I think this looks awesome. But this is $2,500 for third scale, and Bruce Wayne was $2,100 or $2,200. What are your thoughts on this one, guys? What do you think?
I like the Batman, but the Bruce Wayne portrait is a miss for me. There's an intensity there that I'm not sure he has in the movie when he's unmasked. When he's masked, he's intense as hell, but he's more the brooding character when he's unmasked. I think that the Prime 1 Blitzway piece gets him unmasked better.
Yeah.
I feel like he looks a little bit like David Dismalchin.
I feel like he looks like he wants to cry, which doesn't fit when he's wearing the bat. So like maybe I like the only time I'm trying to think of when he actually looks like that sad is maybe like during the funeral scene when he's walking through like, you know, that scene. But I don't know.
It just looks older.
Yeah. And that was the complaint about the Bruce Wayne head sculpt on the Dark Knight one. He just looks so much older. I do think this is a better sculpt than the Bruce Wayne one from Dark Knight. I love the suit. I really like this pose. I mean, I feel like that looks like a studio still. And I feel like this is the company that has captured the suit the most accurate color-wise because it was very gray. And somebody made the point earlier today that the suit from Prime 1, the coloring on it looks like it did in the movie with the shadows, like the actual lighting. This looks more like screen accurate what the suit actually looked like. So I feel like both of them are both awesome, both companies. And I think the Queen Studios looks great as well. But I do feel like just looking at that, it looks fantastic. Is it $2,500 fantastic? That is obviously very subjective.
Right.
But anyway, you do get the bust with it, and then there's also again that separate Bruce Wayne. I initially thought that it looked better. I don't know. These photos aren't convincing me.
There's like a bird-like quality to his face. There's something, maybe the eyes. I don't know.
Something.
So when he wears this coat, it is from the funeral scene, no? Is that when
I think so? Yeah.
So I remember him kind of looking like scared, like almost like, you know, afraid to be out in public, like he's not used to being out in public as Bruce Wayne. But I don't remember him looking like he was about to cry. Like to me, it looks like he's like almost about to cry.
Here's a couple pictures that people mocked up, kind of side by side. I mean, it looks pretty close, but just something. Maybe here, you know, you said that he's brooding.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's not bad, but.
I don't think it's bad.
No.
I'm just thinking of the Prime 1 Blitzway piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't prefer the expression on his face.
And this one's $2,200.
For the armored one, I think what's really throwing me off though is because I was thinking the colors were too light, but like you said, he's mostly seeing the shadows.
Yeah, if you actually look at like behind the scenes photos and like daylight photos, it's a very gray suit.
But at the same time, because in the movie we do see him in the shadows almost 100% of the time.
Right. That's a great point. That's
odd to me.
That's where I feel like the Prime 1 shines because it really does capture that shadow look. Like he's in the darkness. And so
yeah, it's accurate, but I'm not sure how I like the accuracy in this case.
Right.
I don't think I've ever said that.
I absolutely see your point. So
well, that's like the Phoenix Joker. Like a lot of those statues, like his coat to me looks like too vibrant in color to where in the movie it was more like
because of shadow.
Yeah, like a muted type burgundy color.
Absolutely. He was in a studio or he was, you know, out. The only scene I can think of that he was.
It just felt like the color grading of the film was just had that like muted type.
Yeah.
Look.
Well, I mean, the only time he was outside in that suit was the staircase, and you know, otherwise he was at night or you know we didn't get to see him in that full reveal for very long. So I think you're exactly right. I think you know under lighting conditions it does make a very different look. But anyway, it's sold out, so. It is what it is. I want to give a shout out to Eric. Eric was able to acquire this for me. So again, thanks Eric for sending it to me.
You're welcome.
This is Sean Murphy. I do also want to make an announcement that our next Rogues Gallery Live Sean Murphy's joining us. And we have hopefully a few surprises on that show. So I just want to let you know that in 2 weeks, Sean's going to be joining us. So please join us for that special Rogues Gallery. Saw some in-hand photos of the J&D Harley. They're not great photos, but evidently she is starting to ship overseas. So
She looks good.
she looks good from afar and kind of a fuzzy. I still don't see Margot Robbie, but I think her body looks amazing. I love the broken glass effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's really neat. So I'm anxious to see more in hand. Speaking of in-hand Harley, this one from Iron Studios has started to ship, and I'm anxious to hear your opinions on this. I thought these photos were really good. Some of the best photos I've seen. This is the portrait and look that I like. What do you guys think overall about how this one turned out?
Is that the eye where she's blinking? It almost looks like she has an eyeball. I can't tell.
One eye is a little bit more closed, but she's...
I'm thinking of the one with the helmet. I think she's blinking.
Yeah, one of them she is kind of winking.
Yeah, because I think I don't know if I think you did a review with somebody, and
Yeah.
even he was saying like he wasn't like too happy with it, like especially with the eyelids. It was just like everything looked like it was caked on with the paint.
Yeah. I feel like this piece has it has some good features, but a lot of also misses, including
That's one.
sculpts.
Yeah, I mean
But
I don't
The
totally.
Jester one's the best.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that, I mean, I feel like this is definitely the best portrait.
Like the wrap she has with her legs, the texturing and all the look on that, they did a fantastic job with like the sculpts.
Yeah,
Like that looks really good to me, almost looks like fabric.
Yeah.
And the
There's a
sculpt
lot-
in general, her jacket's good, but the paint in areas looks too caked on, as you were just saying.
I feel like some of the areas look a little plasticky to me. Especially like, if you look back, I don't know, just maybe it's just the material, it just doesn't look very quality to me, for what you pay. And then again, this portrait and this portrait,
Yeah.
it's just so bad, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions. But why did they not listen to feedback and change it?
I actually have them. I can send them to you, Chris, if you want. But the original renders they were showing of that portrait right there do not look like how it came out.
So, like, what do you think happened?
I wish I knew.
I mean, again, I feel like the body's pretty good. I don't know. What do you think, Delaney? What do you think about all these portraits?
I hate him. I've been referring to her as stroke victim Harley since the day one reveal of this thing.
Ouch.
I'm just not a fan of any of the portraits.
It was a lot of money it seems like they kind of half-hearted did it.
To me,
Especially-
Harley is extremely attractive. None of these portraits are attractive to me.
No. It's just a shame too, because it's like, I feel like there's some good bones here to the statue. But
I feel like they took from every other Harley piece ever made and threw it all together into one and gave her some funky portraits, and it just doesn't work for me at all.
The leg pose bothers me since day one.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can lean against something like that, where her legs are angled, and actually not fall over.
it's like her legs detached and then move over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where would the
I
rest
feel
of
like she
the
would
hip-
just fall over in real life.
Yeah. I did think the light up feature was cool on the bulbs. I thought that was neat. A lot of great color, but again, when she was over $1,200, right?
I like that. A lot of great color.
Yeah.
If that's the best thing you can say.
Ooh, look at the pretty lines. We're really reaching here.
Keeping it positive.
Yeah, we're
Oh
trying
my
to keep
God.
it positive.
I'm positive I wouldn't have bought it.
And I did not buy it, so that says something.
That
we
is
got-
saying something. Chris did not buy this.
I did not buy this. It was not BSC approved. Shipping updates, May 2022 from Queen Studios. Jeff Delaney's Wonder Woman.
Hello.
Allegedly coming in May.
Shipping in May.
Shipping in May, allegedly.
That means like July or August for North America, doesn't it?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Also, Darkseid 1/4 shipping in May. So that's exciting. Shipping in May.
Hello.
The museum line, another Jeff Delaney exclusive right here. So again, I want you all just to keep Secret Sanctuary open on your browser at all times. Because you never know when this review will pop up. It'll
They
either
should
be
anyway.
now, it'll either be May to what, December?
Yeah.
So just keep checking back.
There's the third one too. Not that one, but that's a great piece.
This is a great piece. Again, the Batman on Throne. Epic piece coming in May.
That
Dark
one.
Knight, the regular edition, allegedly coming in May. So we'll see. So anyway, that's the shipping update. I also threw in some updates. This is from our friend from Facebook, and he has his brand new penguin. What do you guys think? You guys think I should get this one or not?
Yeah, why not?
So how many samurai pieces do you have now?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8.
Why would you not get this one?
Because
Yeah.
he's $1,700.
Well, you're a very wealthy man.
My channel just got demonetized. I'm not going to have any money now.
But you've spent all the other money on the other rogues after the fact. If
Yeah.
he's 1,600 now, what will he cost you next year if you wait?
And that's what I was talking with Dan privately this week, and this is one that Dan's basically passing on because he feels like it's a little bit too maybe a little too cartoony compared to some of the other ones, and space obviously, but darn, what was my point? I lost it. Well, anyway, I like this one a lot. I do like the Prime 1 Penguin better. I just don't know. It's just a lot of money.
Hey, if you're not passionate about it, then
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I said. That now I remember. What I was talking with Dan about is, will it be one of those things where if we pass on it now in 2 years, we'll be kicking ourselves? You know?
You had the chance to see it in person, so you would think you have you have
Yeah.
a pretty good idea of what it looks like and what you're getting. So.
It's fantastic in person. I mean, it's a big piece. This gives you an idea of the scale of him.
yeah.
That Joker base is huge. So
And yeah, that Joker is massive. So I know, and like Dan was really worried about. Now, he does not have the things on the side. They have those handles.
hmm
So it really shows you that it's not that bad if you don't have the handles on it.
yeah.
Right.
So I probably will get it, but again, it's just a lot of money. So we'll see. But he does look good. This one from Sideshow Collectibles, we talked about this on the last show, but now we have all the photos and the price point. Was this $680? I think.
That sounds right.
It is basically 1/5 scale, although it was never actually confirmed. But now that we've seen a little bit more, what do you guys think? And did anybody order it?
I'm going to wait until XM does this in quarter scale next year.
If this was quarter scale, I would order it.
Heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I'm probably picking this one up. I have a lot of Sideshow points. Well, not a lot, but decent amount, and nothing to use it on. I really like this piece. So
Oh, this would be a great
I
piece
like
to
it.
use that on.
I agree. What do you think about this one, Delaney?
Oh, I think it's really cool. I'm thinking about it. I think it's great.
It's on the maybe list.
Yeah. So
How about
Jeff,
you,
are you
Jeff?
getting it?
Me?
Jeff Morris.
Oh, Jeff Morris.
I don't know. I really like it. I think
Mhm.
it's even at the 20 inches is good size.
It's good size. A lot of us said kind of privately that this would be kind of a cool like entrance, like if you had like a little entrance into your display room or something. This would be a cool piece to add there. I like it. You notice I didn't notice this until now, but I feel like she's got a little bit of the blue paint, that same kind of that reflective paint job that we've talked about.
Mhm.
If you see, I don't know if you noticed on the other picture, like see the blue.
yeah,
So I think that she's got some blue paint on her as well. Yeah, you can really see the blue there.
Seems like a good price.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I love the cape, and again, like you said before in the last show, Jeff, I wish that they had just sold him by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be pretty popular.
So like even that they have like next to the computer. It's like one of those pieces where you can just put it anywhere. It doesn't take up much space. Like
Yeah, and it's a statement piece. It tells a story.
it's a desk piece.
Yeah, it's a desk piece. It's nice. Beautiful. Anyway, it's up for pre-order right now at Sideshow. So if you're interested, beautiful piece. This was updated for our Hot Toys fans watching. This is the new Jamie Foxx Electro. Good portrait. What do you guys think? Do you guys see it there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I think like this is pretty good.
A lot of great detail on him. Look at the suit. It's crazy. Again, I feel like good likeness. And then it also had that swap out
Oh, that's cool.
add-on there. I thought that was pretty neat. Really cool. This is up for pre-order now. We saw some teasers, but this is the quarter scale Iron Man Mark 1.
Yep.
Looks incredible.
That's awesome.
Just look how great this thing looks. I mean, it's just so cool.
It's really tempting.
It's really impressive. And price point, oh, I thought I had it on here. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, and the edition size is low. It's like 600 or something.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I'm really tempted. I don't need another Iron Man, but boy, this looks neat.
It does look neat. We mentioned this earlier. These are some good in-hand photos from of the Weta Joker. And I think this actually looks really pretty good here.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is a new Iron Studios piece. I have some Iron Studios pieces here. This is from the Loki series.
So that likeness is terrible. That does not look like the actor at all.
The Hot Toys definitely did a good job.
The Hot Toys was amazing.
They nailed it. And again, this is 10 scale, so it's small.
Yeah, but they do a pretty good likeness on a lot of pieces.
But yeah, I feel like this is not the best. I mean, it looks like an old man, but not that old man.
Yeah.
So we had him. We also had, I'm not really impressed with this likeness here either.
No.
And I just don't know how popular these will be at this point, but who knows? We also got some Masters of the Universe ones, which I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Had her, again, kind of a cool base.
Yeah.
And then we also had this one.
That's cool. I
Cool
like that a
colors.
lot.
Yeah, some nice detail. I think this one will be popular with Masters of the Universe fans, and we talked about the Skeletor one a couple shows back, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea of the size. Again, 10 scale. It's up for pre-order at Sideshow. This one is as well. It has a plethora of Spider-Man. We had this one, which is cool, and then I like this one.
Yeah.
Thought that one was neat. Again, but very tiny. Very tiny. And then the third one as well.
Has there been any larger scale Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans?
Not that I know.
Not that I'm aware of. I'd be shocked if we don't see some. There's also a 10 scale Jurassic Park. I thought this one was pretty neat
Yeah.
as well. Kind of a diorama, but looked cool.
And you can get him without the big base too.
Yeah, which is nice to have the options. Although I think the base is really neat.
You can make one of those bases with Jeff's idea with the foam and the floral.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I was joking.
I mean, it'd be good. I mean, that's the thing is you could basically create something very similar if you didn't want to spend the extra money. This is a new quarter scale from Queen. I think this one looks great.
It does look cool.
It's the detail on the armor. Look at the weathering.
Iron Man's.
I really feel like they are the best Iron Man company by far.
Yeah, they're building an army of Iron Mans.
They are, and they just all look so good.
Yeah.
Didn't Queen state in one of their previous live streams, or even with yourself on here, that they have their own in-house factory for Iron Man?
Yes. Or they have their own special factories for everything they're doing, I guess. It's kind of the way they made it sound. But like each one specializes on that particular line, you know?
I wonder if they call it Stark Industries or.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
In my dreams, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome piece.
Look at that price.
$785 for him.
That's not that bad.
Not that bad. Again, with a light up feature. Not bad at all. ES overseas of 600.
Mm-hmm.
So looks good to me. Incredible detail.
Looks like it said went up for a pre-order today, right? So
Yeah, I believe so. Either today or yesterday. I can't remember.
you said May the 4th.
May the 4th.
I don't need more Iron Men,
No, and this is not everybody's favorite suit either.
but it looks really good.
Some hand photos. Again, Hot Toys here. Anakin. This is from the Clone Wars. People seem to be pretty impressed with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool likeness. Obviously, we're going to see him more in the Anakin or the Obi-Wan series, which I'm excited about. These also went up for pre-order today. These are the new C3PO and R2-D2. I think this looks really awesome.
Yeah.
Colors are really cool. And this is all part of May the 4th. You have that great coloring on C3PO, and then you have a couple of swap outs, which is cool. And then R2, I think R2 is fantastic. Look at all that. And dragging his head. And that is how we'll end it. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.